because she was tapping into the power of her subconscious mind. We often see such news in China where a person who can't climb a tree ends up doing so in his sleep, only to find himself unable to come down and having to call the police for help. This is the power of the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is capable of achieving many things that we cannot do consciously because within each of us there are 3 selves that control our lives. There are 3 I's: the ego, the ID, and the higher self. What is the ego? The ego is our mind, and so is the ID. There are 2 I's in our mind, the ego and the ID. One day when Master Zhou's nails grew long and he needed to buy nail clippers. At that time, he was a poor salesman working for someone else. On the rooftop of Wujiang North in Shenzhen, he saw someone selling nail clippers, so he took one and was just about to pay when the city management officials arrived. The guy selling nail clippers picked up the nail clippers on the ground and ran away, leaving 1 nail clippers in Master Zhou's hand, and the money was still in his hand unpaid. At this moment, a voice rose in Master Zhou's mind, a consciousness speaking, "Great, I don't have to pay." Immediately, another voice came out, "Zhou Wenqiang, is it human of you to think like this? Hurry up and catch up with him and pay the money. How hard is it for the vendor?" The other voice came out again, saying, "I didn't steal or rob. He ran away by himself. What's it to do with me?" Both of these voices came from our mind. So which one should we listen to? The one that says, "Zhou Wenqiang is great. You don't have to pay," is the voice of the ego, which is called the animal nature or animal consciousness. The ID is called human nature or human consciousness, and the superego is divine nature, which we call divine consciousness. All inventions and creations in this world come from the higher self. Remember this sentence: all inventions and creations in this world, we call it inspiration, right? Where does inspiration come from? It comes from the higher self, from the consciousness, not from the brain. So everyone here, imagine a picture in your mind. Imagine a picture of a horse pulling a carriage and galloping. The horse thinks that it has the final say in the carriage and it goes wherever it pulls. And there is a coachman sitting in the carriage, holding a whip in his hand and driving the horse. The coachman thinks, "This horse listens to me wherever I drove it to go." But the one who is truly responsible is a passenger sitting in the carriage behind, who pays. That horse is the ego, selfish all its life, only thinking of itself, which is called animality. There's a phrase called animality outburst. That coachman is the ID, always for others, always wanting others to be good, which is called humanity. But in reality, no matter whether one listens to the ego or the ID, one will regret in its lifetime. Listening to the ego, you will commit crimes. You beat your wife, and after beating her, you regret it. Kneel down to her and slap yourself. Why? When you beat her, it was the ego. It was the beast, the beastly nature raging. Later, when you repent, that is the human, the humanity. But both are wrong. Listening to the ego, you live like a beast, like a monster, right? It's easy to get impulsive, easy to commit crimes, and the punishment for impulsiveness, right? Listen to your ID, then in the end, you'll live for your teacher at school, for your parents at home, for your wife after marriage, and for your child after having a baby. You never live for yourself for a single day. Death is not scary. What's scary is that you never truly lived. And the real I is the superego. Why do we feel lonely when it's at a quiet night? Why does everyone always feel unhappy and depressed about living? Why do we feel as if we are living in a narrow space on this earth? Why does life suffocate us and make us breathless? It's because you haven't lived out your true self. That true self is the higher self, the divine self. So, which consciousness you use to guide your life is what we call one thought can make you a Buddha, one thought can make you a demon. What is it meant by one thought can make you a Buddha, one thought can make you a demon? You use your animal consciousness to generate thoughts which are called demons. When you use your human consciousness to generate thoughts, you are an ordinary person. And when you use your divine consciousness, your subconsciousness to generate thoughts, you are divine. Therefore, human beings shuttle between a demon, a human, and a divine being. You can become a demonic killer, or you can be like Jesus or Buddha, Shakyamuni, and become divine. So, my dear friends, it's up to you which consciousness you use to control your life, and that will determine the version of your life you will live. Of course, you may not be able to understand this course, as it is the most advanced one offered by Master Zhou, specifically designed for his financial intelligence mentor class. If there is an opportunity in the future, why not join Master Zhou's intelligence mentor class and let him unlock your divine consciousness and subconscious mind? Master Zhou says that it will be a game changer. You will realize that each of us possesses a subconscious mind, but often we fail to recognize or access it. If you find the subconscious or the higher self elusive, simply trust your intuition and inspiration. Listen to that inner voice, for it is always right. Follow your gut, and everything will fall into place. Many people often ask Master Zhou, I can't make money. The reason you can't make money is because you haven't found your path. Your higher self comes down with a mission. When Liu Xiang's higher self came down, it was with the mission to hurdle. But if he had chosen not to hurdle and instead played basketball, he wouldn't have succeeded in his life. However, there was always a feeling guiding him towards hurdling. And that is what he eventually did, and he achieved success. Once you enter your orbit, you will be omnipotent. You will be like a god. So just follow your feelings and everything will be there. When we raise our level of conscious energy, our consciousness will be elevated and our energy will be instantly elevated as well. Many people may say, Master Zhou, this consciousness is still a bit vague. It feels like something that we can't see or touch. It's too mystical. Can you make it more down to earth? Sure. If the essence of matter is energy and the essence of energy is consciousness, then what lies behind consciousness? It's emotion. Emotion. Why do we say that emotion is the most important lesson in life? Dear friend, when your emotions rise and you become angry, that angry emotions make you a demon, connecting you to your ego and that animalistic nature. However, when you are joyful, courageous, and generally happy, you are connecting to your humanity and you are living as a true human being. But if your emotion is peaceful, loving, serene, and enlightened, you are connected to that divine self. You can imagine emotion as a remote control, like the remote control for an air conditioner. When you set the air conditioner's remote control to 16 degrees, your room's temperature will gradually drop from 25 degrees to 16 degrees. And if you adjust the temperature to 30 degrees, your room's temperature will slowly rise from 25 degrees to 30 degrees. In other words, it is emotion that determines whether an event is good or bad, and whether a person is good or bad. Haven't you noticed that your wife, family, and friends are the best and kindest when they are not emotional, but when emotions arise, they are no different from demons? A mother made a lot of sales today and was very happy at work. Before going home, she received a phone call from her husband who said he wanted to give her an anniversary birthday gift. She was very excited and happy. After receiving the phone call, her 6-year-old son saw her and patted her on the butt, saying, "Mom, let's go play together." She was even happier to see her child and replied, "My dear, let's go play together." They spent a wonderful evening together. It is still the same mother and the same child. Today, the mother is in a bad mood because a customer complained about her and her boss scolded her. When she got home, she received another complaint call, which made her feel miserable. Just as she hung up the phone, the child ran back and patted her on the butt hard, saying, "Mom, Mom, let's play together." This angered the mother so much that she kicked the child away, shouting, "Get out of here! If you bother me again, I'll kill you." This child is puzzled. He says, "It is the same force and the same part, so why do I get two different results?" It's because his mother's emotions are different. So Master Zhou wants to tell everyone here that cultivation, to some extent, is about cultivating emotions. Because when your emotions rise, your level of consciousness rises. When your level of consciousness rises, your energy rises. When your energy rises, it will naturally manifest the material and people you want in your life. So everyone here, next, Master Zhou is going to give you another surprise. Anyone who has unlocked the course up to today has proven that you have conscientiously completed all the previous assignments given by Master Zhou. He is going to give you a special reward. Today, not only will he give you the content worth 268,000 yuan, but he will also share with you the content worth 490,000 yuan, revealing the highest level course, the rules of Master Zhou, which are only accessible to Forbes disciples and belongs to the curriculum of the Forbes training camp. What is that? In Master Zhou's Financial Intelligence Mentor class, he has a requirement for his students, which is to submit an assignment to him every night before going to bed. This assignment is called Daily Progress by Master Zhou. Make a little progress every day and you will be a brand new self in 365 days. How to write daily progress. Today, I met a person. Today, I heard a song. Today, I watched a short video. Today, I read a book. At this point, I gained a lot. I write down my gains. This is daily progress, and there is no limit to the number of words. You can write hundreds of words, thousands of words, or just a few words, dozens of words. It's all up to you. Do you know why Zheng Guofan in Qing Dynasty is known as a half-saint throughout history, right? One is Wang Yangming and the other is Zheng Guofan, because Zheng Guofan does three things every day. The first thing is to play a game of Go with someone, which elevates him from the level of doing things to being a person, and then to making strategies. Second, meditate for half an hour every day to connect with his higher self, because only when you are calm can you connect with it. Third, keep a diary, which is to write daily self-improvement. This is Master Zhou's requirement for all his Financial Intelligence Mentor class students, and he also hopes that it will become a requirement for you in the future, okay? Today, you listened to Master Zhou's class. Which point made you gain a lot? What was your experience? What was your decision? Write it down and share it in our learning group. And Master Zhou will give you extra points. There is one level higher than his financial mentor class called Forbes. In the Forbes class, Master Zhou requests his students to write not only the daily self-improvement, but the advanced version of the daily self-improvement. We call it awareness report. Awareness report. What is an awareness report? It is a form that you fill out instead of writing a daily progress report. The first column of this form is called progress of practice. For example, if I'm currently working on regulating my emotions, I would write my name, the date, and indicate that this is the first day of my emotion regulation practice and the first day of writing my awareness report. The practice I'm focusing on is my emotions, and I aim to improve them. Okay, event. I'll describe an event that happened to me without criticism. For example, an incident that occurred today when I was walking on the street. Someone stepped on my foot and didn't apologize. I felt very angry and exchanged some heated words with them. I'll describe this event in detail. After describing the event, the next step is awareness. It involves being aware of your bodily sensations and feelings, Kyagattasati and Vandananusati, during the incident. You need to observe your emotions and physical reactions at that moment. Don't write about the cognitive aspects, just the emotional parts, such as your emotions, your reactions at that time, and your feelings. Write them down